Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This pick a card reading is going to take a look at the next 90 days. So we want to see what the next 90 days will have in store for you. If you have not as of yet chosen a card on the table, go ahead and do that now. There are timestamps down below where you can go to the portion of the video that'll give you an up close and personal look at the cards. And you can pause where necessary on the screen during the picture clip or the video clip to take as much time as you need in order to choose, focus, and meditate. If during your selection process you feel led to pick more than one card on the table, by all means, please listen to your intuition. Listening to your intuition is always going to be highly encouraged here, so pick more than one card if you feel it necessary to get the most out of your reading today. These readings are timeless, so whether you watch it at the upload time or sometime later down the road, whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel an intuitive nudge to watch, there indeed can be a message here for you. Nonetheless, what I always say is that these readings are general, right? I can't possibly expect to connect with the many of you that are watching. There will be plenty that click. You all come from different walks of life and have different experiences, and there's no way that I could possibly connect with all of you, even though I hope you manage to find a message here. But if you don't, what I encourage is that maybe before you click off my channel altogether, you have some fun exploring my playlist. I have a bunch of readings on many different topics that I've already done via pick-a-cards, daily tarot readings, you name it, I've pretty much done it. So have fun exploring my channel. You might find another message somewhere for you instead. And let's say you've explored my channel, you realize maybe we don't resonate or connect that way, maybe I'm not your cup of tea. That is totally okay. I set the intention for you that when you leave this channel, you will find and be directed to the reader who has the messages that you need when you need them for your confirmation, because that's how the magic works. It will guide you, it will direct you, and it will lead you to what you need to help you find what you need on the journey. So that's my intention for you. I will leave you here, Star Family, and I will meet you at your reading of choice. Pile number 1 viewers, you chose the I Love Unicorns card for your reading. I'm going to put that there. These are playing cards, so I will actually incorporate the playing card, whatever it was that you got, on the other side of this. I will incorporate this into the reading to get additional messages for you. I have the Fairy Messages Oracle. We want to see what the next 90 days are going to look like for you. So let's take a look. Next 90 days for you pile number 1 viewers. There's one. Let's see if we can get another one. Oh, okay. Nice. All right, let's start with the Oracle, and then I'll grab the Tarot. So let's see. Nice. The next 90 days might include travel, it says. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways and healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. I freaking love that, okay? I really love this. This is telling me that you could be going somewhere literally or figuratively. It could be that, let's say, if you're literally traveling, maybe you're going somewhere new, you're experiencing a new place, maybe some of you are relocating in the next 90 days. Whatever it is or wherever it is that you're going, this trip, it could be even a road trip, a day trip, right? A weekend trip. Whatever kind of travel it is, if it's literal, it's basically going to set you on the path towards blessings, put you on the mend, maybe help you heal, maybe give you the time out that you've been needing. If you've been needing a break or vacation, how many of us go years maybe without taking a proper vacation, you see? And there's this feeling of wherever it is that you're going, whatever it is that you plan on doing, even if it's a short trip, it's going to allow you some expansion. It's going to allow you a moment to rest, retreat, and heal. And with that healing, it says you receive new blessings and love. You place yourself in alignment with that rest, retreat, and healing. You place yourself in a very powerful position to receive new blessings, because it kind of feels like with that travel or that vacation or that adventure or spontaneity that you give yourself, it's going to lift a weight off your shoulders. And as the weight comes off the shoulders, you feel freer, lighter, and then your vibration gets placed into alignment, right, to receive new things, new blessings, and love. So kind of like a newfound lease on life. So this is saying that you're going to feel better when all is said and done. This trip, if it's literal, may be the very thing that you need in the next 90 days. So yeah, if you have been putting in mind, right, maybe let's say right now you have 0 plans to travel, but you have had it in the back of your head or in the back of your mind. This might be the indication that it might be a good idea to go do that, to go get that, to go put your spirit, your mind, your body, your heart at ease. The feeling is also to be that free spirit. For some of you, maybe travel hasn't been possible, right? Because the way the world is right now. And you maybe have a free-spirited nature where you want to explore, you want to see new things, experiencing new places, new foods, just new in general. Maybe you don't like to be in one place very long. This is saying that if that's who you are, this is saying that you need this. So if you've been thinking about it sort of in the back of your mind, but you haven't kind of made any solid plans to do anything, you've just been contemplating it. Again, this is kind of like, it feels like a little bit of a nudge to go do that, because it's going to bring you a lot of healing, relief, rest, retreat, and kind of like a new lease on life. For some of you, this is in the next 90 days, this is more like a figurative movement, maybe spiritually healing, right? Moving on from things, people, places, and situations that would drag down your energy. And it does shift and change you as you move forward in a very positive way. It says, as your heart heals of old emotional pains, you receive new blessings in love. So as you move away from the past, okay, you end up changing in a very positive way. It shifts your energy into a position of healing and alignment, which then also puts your vibe in a very positive position to attract new blessings and love. I'm getting vibes with the stag energy, and it feels like the tree of life behind her, right? That maybe some of you need to go out in nature as well in the next 90 days. You need to kind of have that quiet, that peace, that comfort, that nurturing quality that Mother Nature gives to all of us. She's, it's like a healing energy that comes from Mother Earth. So this is also saying the next 90 days, maybe make it a point as well to get outdoors more. So next 90 days, you could literally be traveling, relocating, maybe moving to a new place. And if some of you are actually moving to a new place, this is fresh energy coming in for you as a result of moving there. It's also going to help you put the past behind you and relieve stagnant energy, okay? And also open you up to new things, because it's a new place. It's a whole different vibe there. And you might receive blessings in this new place. You might receive love in some form or fashion, right? But whatever it is, this change and shift and movement forward, whether it be literal or figurative travel, is positive for you in the next 90 days. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if we can get 3 cards here. Next 90 days. Pile number 1, viewers. This is the Radiant Tarot, by the way. Next 90 days. Pile number 1, viewers. All right. 1, 2, and 3. We have, wow, the 6 of Cups. We have, nice, the 2 of Wands and the Fool. Look at that. New energy with the Fool, traveling into new territory, perhaps literally or figuratively, spiritually even. And this new chapter with the Fool energy that you are stepping into is going to move you in a positive direction, put you on a positive trajectory, and help you, again, relieve a lot of burdens. It feels like yoke, weight, maybe from the past with the 6 of Cups. Because the 6 of Cups can talk about nostalgia, things, people, places, and situations that we feel bonded and connected to from the past. sometimes that we struggle to release, let go of as well. So we can get caught up in our memories of the good times and those people that we spent a lot of energy on, even places that we gave a lot of energy to. But it's an energy of nostalgia in the past and memories of the past, the fondness for those things of the past, the connections of the past that we also struggle to let go and release. So some of you could literally, figuratively, in the next 90 days be healing of an old relationship, kind of healing that old wound, maybe a childhood wound or trauma. We do have the healing card here. So when I see the Six of Cups and that card together, I'm thinking of healing from things of the past, people, places, and situations, old wounds, whether they be from love or childhood, what have you. But this is about moving on from those things. Maybe some of you are leaving your childhood town, right? Your hometown, and you're not just figuratively moving away from it, like emotionally putting that behind you, but you could also be relocating away from it too. So in that sense, it does apply. You could be literally leaving your hometown, the town you've been in your whole life since childhood, with the Six of Cups, and with the Two of Wands, forging a new path in a different direction, because the Two of Wands talks about choices and options. And in the next 90 days, you could be choosing to leave a place that you're very familiar with, that maybe you've known forever, a person, even a memory, a wounding, a childhood trauma. Like, you could be leaving so many things, and it is telling me that you are putting something behind you. The Two of Wands is like the choice, the crossroads where you decide, okay, I don't want to go that way anymore. I want to go this way instead. And then it's a forward trajectory from then on, which puts you on a new journey, a new path with the Fool. The beautiful thing about the Fool is he goes and takes the leap in this new direction. Even if it scares him, even if it's unfamiliar, even if it's unknown. So what I'm seeing with the Fool here and the Six of Cups, this is the familiar, the Six of Cups, and this is the unknown. And sometimes taking a leap in a new direction to a new place, or living life in a new way. Because if you've broken down old paradigms and patterns, and now you've become something new and someone new, even this new vibration you're taking on could be quite unnerving, challenging in a way, because you don't really know what lies ahead of you now. You see, so there's this energy of the Fool that has to kind of face a fear of the unknown in order to pursue the new, in order to take a risk or a leap in a certain direction. And it's telling me that in the next 90 days, you're actually taking these leaps. You're jumping. You're trusting that the universe is going to catch you when you do take that leap, right? Whether they say leap and the net will appear. That's the feeling of the Fool. And it seems like in the next 90 days, you will be taking leaps. You will be taking risks on yourself. You will be learning to trust yourself. You will be braving the unknown. You will be putting the past behind you with the Six of Cups, stepping into a new direction, making the choice to step in a new direction with the Two of Wands, making plans to step into the new with the Two of Wands and the Fool. Consider that the Fool carries very lightly. He doesn't carry a lot on his back. He only has a small satchel, and that is it. And that's symbolism of basically not carrying the weight of the past with him. He puts that off to the side. He lets that go. So his load, right, is lighter going into this new territory. It's kind of like when you sell a house, you could have like 20 years worth of crap, right, in your house, and you got to kind of have a moving sale or something. You got to get rid of these old things you've been collecting over time, so that way when you move into the new house, you don't have as much shit, right? That's kind of the feeling of the Fool. That's what he does. He doesn't carry much with him into this next chapter. That could be figurative or literal weight that he's letting go in order to free himself, so he can be the free spirit he wants to be, into this new chapter. The next 90 days is all about fresh new energy for you, making choices and making plans to embrace the new. Even if it scares you, walking into unfamiliar territory, into the unknown, you're going to brave your fears and you're going to go anyway. You're going to put the past behind you with the Six of Cups. Say, to hell with that. I'm over that. I'm healed from that. I got to make these moves in order to heal. I got to take this trip, or I got to do this thing. Some of you might be choosing to travel solo, to kind of go on a pilgrimage of, you know, as an individual, just to find yourself even. The thing is that the Fool goes into this new energy very optimistic, because he knows anything's possible. He knows there's a whole world out there. And the Two of Wands is that energy where he holds, like, if you normally see the depiction of the Two of Wands, the guy is holding the world, the literal globe in his hands. It's symbolism of literally, the world is your oyster and you're the pearl. You can make, right? You can plan your journey. You can create whatever it is that you want. The possibilities are endless. It's up to you how you want to live it. So this is telling me that you are doing that. You are making that choice to move forward, to do something. It could be something as big as, you know, uprooting your entire life from your childhood home and going somewhere new altogether. It could be making the choice to heal yourself, your heart, your childhood traumas and wounds, maybe a broken heart. With the Six of Cups, you know, those things that we have those emotional bonds and attachments to, it's like healing those things and making the choice to move forward and free yourself of those things that would hold you back. For some of you, this is like, okay, in the next 90 days, I'm going to choose to take that road trip I've always wanted to take. Even if I have to take it alone, I'm going to make the plans and I'm going to go and I'm going to face my fear of maybe traveling alone or doing something spontaneous and out of the blue and just going anyway, because it's going to free me. It's going to allow me to explore. It's going to open me up to my free-spirited nature again. And as a result of doing these things, moving in these directions, whether it be literal or figurative, you are doing something positive, happy, and healthy for you in the direction of your healing, your well-being, and placing yourself in a position of aligning with your blessings. Okay, so that's the next 90 days. Let's see what this card says. Oh, nice. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Okay. Well, Six of Pentacles is all about like equal give and take, reciprocity, finding balance between work and life, or, you know, any kind of aspect of life that is in an imbalance. We want to make sure that it's balanced and reciprocal to us, right? That's the number 6 energy. And the Six of Pentacles is all about equal give and take. So if there's something that's taking from you and not giving enough back to you, this is about kind of balancing those scales to make sure that your life is equal and equilibrium and feeling right to you. Sometimes with the Six of Pentacles, we can give a lot of our energy to other people while not really replenishing our cup. And sometimes we give our time, our not just our energy, but we give our time and our resources to other people, places, and things, and we kind of neglect ourselves in the process of giving so much, right? This is also saying that new blessings would be given to you as well. So if there's kind of any imbalance where, you know, again, you've been giving a lot and you haven't really gotten much back, the Six of Pentacles can be a very good indication that somebody might be gifting you with something. Maybe somebody would be gifting you with the opportunity of travel, right? Inviting you to a trip somewhere. That's a possibility, sure. But the Six of Pentacles is basically saying there's a need for reciprocity, equal give and take. And if something is not kind of balanced to you, okay, if maybe the place where you're living right now is not giving you the energy that you need in order to thrive, it could be that, you know, in the next 90 days, you decide to maybe move to find that energy that's lacking. So let's see if we can get a few cards here from the Making Magic, and then I'll grab the dice for angel numbers, pile number 1. And, you know, the 6 is a number balance. The 2 is as well. We have the 6 again here. Okay, so it is kind of like a theme, trying to find balance and harmony where maybe it's been lacking. And in order to do that, you got to maybe change something, decide something, and go in a different direction. Okay. And this is a fresh start for you. So this is kind of saying the next 90 days you will have a fresh start. You will have a new beginning. And this will be pretty much everything that you need and have been needing. So let's see. Whoa, let's see. Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. Again, the feeling of like with the Fool, right? Sometimes he has to face a fear, go into the unknown, take a risk on himself, and do something that maybe is not familiar, outside of the box, and maybe even totally out of character. But it pushes the boundaries, it challenges you, and it kind of puts you in a state of trust, flow, and surrender too. And this is saying that in the next 90 days, you're going to persevere and you're going to challenge yourself to do something anyway, despite what, you know, the unknown factors that maybe accompany it, right? Or the action or the decision. So yeah, I love that. You will persevere in anything that you're setting out to do, anything that you're deciding to leave behind, any new venture or thing that you're looking to pursue, you will persevere in it. And this is also telling me with the Six of Pentacles that this situation is going to, or doing this, deciding this, is going to help put you in a state of balance and alignment and reciprocity where things maybe aren't at this time. Breaking bad habits, self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. Remember when I was saying that we have wounding, sometimes triggers, things of the past that we hold on to, things that we struggle to release and let go, right? That is part of the breaking bad habits. It could be that you're shifting out of an old paradigm for some of you. And you're not just literally moving places or going places, but you're figuratively shifting out of that old version of you and you're shifting into the new. And as a result of shifting into new territory, whether figurative or literal, right, it puts a lot of the negative energy behind you, so that way you can heal, you can move on, you can feel better, you can feel lighter, you can feel more optimistic and carefree like the Fool. So let's see what angel numbers come up for you, pile number 1 viewers. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for numbers. These numbers can confirm some things I've already said in this reading and provide you with additional messages that perhaps maybe you need for your journey personally. I don't recommend a source. For one, it could be a source you don't like. 2, I don't want to imply that any source is better than another. That's why I always encourage you to do your own research, find a source you trust to interpret the numbers for you, and stick to the one that you connect to the most, right? I don't give you the shortcut or anything like that, because also I want you to take the journey to find your own magic. If I gave you a shortcut, I might rob you of that experience. Sometimes Spirit puts us on the journey to find other signs, synchronicity, confirmation, and serendipity. If I gave you a shortcut, I might actually rob you of that experience. So I don't want that to happen. So that's why I don't do it. And then another thing is, I also encourage everybody not to put the interpretation of the number in the comment section, because again, we don't want to rob anybody of finding their own magic by giving them a shortcut in the comments, right? So let's see what numbers come up for you, pile number 1. All right, so we have, look at that, a 6. What do you know? 6, 5, and 9. So 659 is your number. Go ahead and look up that number, pile number 1 viewer, see what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. To help this channel further, like, share, and subscribe. Get that YouTube algorithm, right, to kind of help me out, help the channel out to grow and reach who it needs to. And if you want to take it a step further to support what I do beyond YouTube, check me out on Etsy. The link to my Etsy store is down below in the description box. I have really cool things there that I make by hand on my free time, crystal jewelry, amongst other things that I create. So pay me a visit at any time. Much love to you wherever you are. Pile number 1 viewers, take care of yourselves and always keep shining. Pile number 2 viewers, you chose Bob Ross for your reading. This is a playing card, so I will definitely read this card and incorporate it into the reading for you. But first I want to get the fairy messages oracle on the table first. So we're looking at the next 90 days. Pile number 2 viewers choosing Bob Ross. Let's see, Bob Ross viewers, next 90 days. What will the next 90 days be like for you? Pile number 2 viewers, the next 90 days. Okay. Let's see. New career. Nice. Look at that. New career. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. Easy does it. Stop trying so hard to control everything, and all the doors will open for you. So the next 90 days, there could be a shift in your professional life in some way. You could be changing something up about what you're already doing. So maybe an aspect of your career could be shifting and changing and falling away by choice, right? And it could just be steering you in a different direction, which is, you know, it's saying here it's positive. So don't fear any shifts in your career or change in trajectory when it comes to your professional life. This is basically saying in the next 90 days, there's going to be a shift in the wind when it comes to that, but it's all good. And it's going to lead you in a new positive and successful direction. So kind of like embrace this shift when it comes to your professional life, your work, and whatever it is that you're doing to, again, provide for yourself, right? So it says easy does it. Stop trying so hard. Basically just go with the flow. Allow everything to be what it will be. Allow it to lead you the way that it needs to lead you, because everything is purposeful and lining up for you. There's doors of opportunity happening here. So if there is a shift in the next 90 days when it comes to your, maybe I will even say your money, okay? Your money, your career, how you know, provide for yourself in some way. If there's a shift in any of that, and it seems maybe a little daunting because it's like, whoa, what is happening? The feeling is here, this shift and change is like a heads up. It's like not a bad thing. And Spirit wants you to know the next 90 days, whatever occurs to kind of redirect you, right? Pivot you is the feeling here. It's not a bad thing. These are doors of opportunity opening up to you for a purpose. And the feeling is to surrender to these shifts and changes, allow them to happen, because it's going to work out in your favor. Okay, so let's see if we can get a few cards here from the Radiant Tarot. Next 90 days. Pile number 2 viewers. See if we can get 2 more. Go, and another. All right. Let's see what we have here. We have the 3 of Swords, the Moon, and the 9 of Swords. So I am going to grab 1 more. Okay. Now, the weird thing is that I was saying, you know, you don't want to, even though it might seem a little daunting, right? You might be fighting the changes that are happening when it comes to your work, your professional life, your career, maybe even for some of you a business. It's like you don't want to fight these changes that are happening because they're happening for a purpose and a reason. That's why this card is saying over here, easy does it. Allow it to flow, because your fears might get the better of you, because it feels like you may be, with your career situation, you may be feeling uncertain, doubtful with the Moon energy, feeling like you don't have a clue what's happening or why it's happening. The Moon can kind of create a shadow and a veil, and it doesn't reveal the when, the how, and the why until obviously, you know, it's meant to. And in the interim, as we don't know why things are happening or why things are shifting the way that they're shifting, we can end up getting in our head and our heart, and we can allow worry and anxiety and fear to take over in the midst of walking through the unknown. Okay, so I am going to grab another one. Next 90 days, pile number 2 viewers. The thing is that the Moon energy is trying to say, please trust your intuition. If you are making a choice to switch something up, pivot in your career, in your professional life, do something different or whatnot in the next 90 days, your intuition is literally, with the Moon energy, screaming at you. There's something here that's intuitively nudging you to take this path, even if it scares you. And your head might say one thing with the 3 of Swords, your heart might say another. You know, for some of you, you're not happy where you're at, perhaps in your job, and maybe you want to do something different, but maybe you're not 100% sure how to go about that or what to do. The thing is, your intuition, your higher self, your inner being with the moon energy is already knowing, like, yeah, I got to make this change. It's already sensing and feeling the nudge from spirit to listen to your needs. And it's a moment where, as you're walking through the shadow, through the light of the, dark night of the soul, maybe even for some of you, but as you're walking into the unknown territory with the moon, you don't always see things clearly, but that gives you a chance to actually listen to your intuition and trust what you're hearing on the inside. And sometimes we ignore that voice on the inside and give more energy to what's happening around us in the physical, right? And that's just the way the world has trained us to walk through this earthly human experience, right? To give energy and priority to the things happening around us, outside of us in the physical, rather than priority to our inner world. And the intuitive energy of the moon is saying, your intuition is saying you need to make this shift or change, that this was the right move for you. It's gonna work out. Easy does it. Again, don't try to control, right? Stop trying so hard to control things. And funny, when we try to control things, it does put us in the energy of the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords. It just creates more anxiety, confusion, stress, where it's not needed. So some of you might be worried about the changes and the moves that you're making when it comes to your professional life or the way that you bring in money, right? But Spirit is saying here, your work focus is shifting in a positive way. So even though it scares you a bit, this is actually positive. Doors of opportunity are actually opening up for you. It's just that you can't like stay stuck in this vibration or allow that to run the show, right? Trust your intuition on this one. Your inner being knows what to do. The answers will come and will be revealed to you. The veil will lift as needed or when needed. So let's see what this card says. Yeah, Queen of Cups. And she is, right? She is super intuitive. She is an energy that also, this is telling me self-care. So nurture yourself, give yourself, allow yourself that time for self-care. Okay, if a work situation is stressing you out and it's not making you happy, this is about following your heart too, with the Queen of Cups, and listening to your intuitive nudges of the soul. I kind of want to see what's underneath the deck, because this is like an underlying energy, to see what's happening underneath the surface of this in the next 90 days. Again, Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, moon energy, Piscean energy as well. The feeling is here to trust your intuition, go with your gut, allow your heart to lead the way. Make sure that you're prioritizing your self-care. So if there's any aspect of your job that causes you stress, anxiety, and I guess the feeling is pulling you in different directions, if it does any of that to you, this could be saying, if your intuitive nudge is telling you to get the frick out of there, right? Maybe you should, because this is about caring for yourself in the process, and you don't want to perpetuate that energy, because it could do more harm than good. And the feeling is here, as you make these shifts, to accommodate your self-care and what's more vibrationally in alignment with you, the doors of opportunity will open. So let's see what's underneath the surface. Yes, look at this. Yeah, when I was saying follow your heart, right? You have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, for one, is a healing energy. So as you listen to your innermost being and go with that over what the physical world will demand of you, you end up healing. You open up new doors for yourself. Here is new energy with the Ace of Cups. This is about you connecting with something that you love too, and being put on the path to receive something on your heart as well. Underneath the surface, there is new energy trying to come in with these changes and shifts that you're intuitively led to make, maybe when it comes to your career or professional life. And that's the thing, unless we change something, unless we do something different, how are we going to make space, right, for anything new to enter if we're still on the same hamster wheel? Kind of like we got to shake things up in a way to allow new energy to enter. So the fact that you have the Ace of Cups underneath the surface is very, very positive. So Even when you can't see the forest through the trees in your situation in the next 90 days, let's say, and you're making maybe a difficult choice to preserve yourself, right? This is saying that in the choosing of you, like you, choosing what you need, right? Prioritizing yourself above all else, above anything that the world will try to tell you otherwise. In choosing of you, you actually initiate change in a positive direction. Change, for one, that's going to honor your needs, and also allow fresh energy in where maybe it's been stagnant. So even though it's a difficult thing to experience, the in-between, the unknown that you're stepping into, perhaps when it comes to this, Spirit wants you to know that you're flowing in the right direction. It's all good. Easy does it, right? It's all good. So the more that you can get out of your head and with the Ace of Cups go into your heart, also with the Queen of Cups, the better off you will be during this transition. Because it does feel like a major shift in transition in your personal, professional life somehow, somewhere, maybe even a business for some of you, maybe in the way that you bring in money. But this is all saying it's opening up something that's on your heart, or opening you up to, or putting you on the path to receive something on your heart. And it's like sometimes we don't even realize why we're led to let something go, but it's oftentimes the urge from Spirit to expand and grow and to receive something that's more in alignment with us. We don't realize it at the time. It's only hindsight that allows us that view of why we did the things that we did, why we were led to do certain things instead. So let's see what this card says, pile number 2 viewers. Look at that. 3 of Wands. I don't try to understand everything, right? Oh my gosh, Bob Ross. Look, I don't try to understand everything in nature. I just look at it, enjoy it. That is giving me vibes of this. Stop trying so hard to control everything. Stop trying so hard to understand everything. Just, right? There's a reason why you're being led in this direction, maybe to make these choices that perhaps are difficult, why your intuition is nudging you this way to make these shifts, right? Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction, okay? Sometimes we don't understand why we're led to do the things that we're led to do until hindsight. The 3 of Wands is an energy where it's looking out into the distance. It knows that there's something more out there in a sense. It's put the work in. It's waiting for the return on its investment. So if you set the intention to make this shift and now you're riding that wave and it's not easy in that weird in-between space before you finally know where you're going to land, you know. This is saying, look, you've already done the work. You've already put the plans out there into the universe. Now it's a matter of allowing yourself to ride this wave into this new energy. And sometimes the current can be a little tough or a little rough, right? And we can end up feeling like 3 of Swords and 9 of Swords in the moon energy. But there's a reason within the next 90 days why you're going to be nudged to do this based on intuition, based on what you need for yourself. The 3 of Wands is all about growth and expansion. It's also an energy of manifestation. So this is saying that this new trajectory, as your focus shifts in some way in your journey, it's going to expand you. It's going to set things into motion. And it's going to open new doors. It's going to open doors to you that are going to lead you to something on your heart, maybe a wish, a dream, a manifestation. And the thing that maybe you've set your intention for into the future. The reason why I say that is because the 3 of Wands is an energy of, to me, I call it my future forward card, right? We look into the distance. We know there's a future out there for us. We know that there's more out there for us in a sense. And we've put the intention and plans out there for the universe to respond, to deliver that to us. So it's a future forward. It's about looking towards the future. You could be in the next 90 days making these shifts and changes in your professional life or personal life to accommodate what you have on your heart when it comes to the future, with the Ace of Cups underneath the surface. But please know the Ace of Cups is opening a new door to you. It's initiating this for you. It's an energy of renewal, healing, and love. It could be putting you on the path to something you love. Maybe something you love to do. Or something that's more in alignment with your heart, your needs, and what you've been intuitively led to pursue. But Spirit doesn't want you to worry. And it looks like, you know, you've been feeling a lot of that with the Nine of Swords, or you would be feeling it with that energy, maybe even confused and doubtful throughout the whole process of like, oh, did I do the right thing? Did I make the right move? Is this all going to work out for me? You know? But Spirit is trying to put you on the path to receive these new things. And that can be a little scary at first because you don't know where this is like moving you or directing you in a way. And that's where the moon comes in with that uncertainty. It feels a little scary and daunting. But let's see if we can get some making magic energy here. At least 2 cards. And then I'm going to roll the dice. So again, underneath the surface, you can't see, you know, underneath the surface, you're not fully aware of what's happening with this card. But Spirit's giving you a heads up. Underneath the surface, this is good. Underneath the surface, there are good things coming towards you. Underneath the surface, even though you can't see it, there are opportunities being initiated, and there are catalysts for expansion and growth that are going to be offered to you. So even if it's scary in this transition or this shift, don't allow that to get the best of you, because you got to surrender control and flow a little bit more, because it's leading you to something positive in the next 90 days. Okay, so let's see. Look at that. Moon, and we have the moon card. That's crazy. So it says triple moon. Triple moon. Embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. I love that. And it also speaks of goddess energy as well, the triple moon. And that's to me a symbol of protection as well. So I want to say that goddess energy is looking out for you. You have protection on that front as far as like your primordial mother goddess energy. She looks out for her children. She comforts and nurtures. So this is, to me, embracing, right, the light and the shadow for one, maybe alchemizing some of that, because it says embracing all aspects of self, the divine and the earthly. Yes, we have to try to find a balance in that in-between space, right? And that's kind of what this was feeling like. It says the divine and the earthly, right? There's 2 aspects of self, and sometimes we can find ourselves in the in-between, figuratively and literally. So this is telling me that, for one, you're alchemizing this light and dark shadow aspects or whatever, and positive aspects, dark aspects, and oh my gosh, I can't talk. So you're alchemizing light and dark aspects of self, perhaps. You're also trying to find balance in the in-between stages, all right, of where you find yourself right now, because you could be in the in-between. And then also know that Mother Goddess energy is looking out for you, protecting you, guarding you, and guiding you. So you're not alone. You are protected on all fronts, spiritually and physically. Okay, so let's see. No way. Do you see that? Successful career, a happy working environment, pay raises and promotions. Do you see that? So if you're leaving an old job that you can't stand, that's maybe not good for your mental health or happiness or whatever, and you've made shifts and changes, let's say in the next 90 days to accommodate your personal needs, right? This is positive. Your work life is shifting, right? Look at that. Talk about the synchronicity. Your work life or your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. Successful career, a happy working environment, pay raises, and promotions. So this is a positive move, even though you can't see it at first, that it's a positive move. So you could be getting more money could be coming in for you. Your success might go through the roof as a result of making this shift. So there's upgrades and leveling up when it comes to your professional and career life, work life, business, perhaps even. Don't fear the changes that you're making or the pivots that you're being put on the path to make. Don't fear those things. You're safe. You know, it's all good, and you're flowing where you need to be. So let's see. I grabbed the angel numbers. I use the dice for angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, I roll the dice. The numbers, we'll get them from the dice, and I encourage you to go research them, look them up, find a source that you trust. These numbers can confirm some things I've already said in this reading and or provide you with additional messages perhaps that you need personally. I don't recommend a source. For one, it could be a source you don't like. Two, I don't want to ever imply that one source is better over another. You know, we all have discernment, and I'm sure that when you go research a source, you will find one that you really connect with, and that's the whole point, right? To find one that you really like. And also, I don't give you a shortcut because I want everybody to find their own magic. Sometimes spirit can put us on the path to get other synchronicity, serendipity that we need for our journey. And if I were to give you a shortcut, I might actually rob you of that experience, so I don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always tell everybody not to put the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason, because we don't want anybody to be robbed of finding that magic for themselves. We know how important it can be. So let's see what numbers come up for you, pile number 2 viewers. All right, so we have a 3, 5. Wow, 355. Yeah, some change involved there, right? With the 5s. And the 3s are all about expansion as well. So yeah, go ahead and look up 355. See what that number brings to you. If you feel that this has connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. If you want to take it a step further to support what I do, come visit me on Etsy. The link to my Etsy store is down below in the description box, and I have really cool things there that I make by hand, including handmade crystal jewelry, amongst other things. So pay me a visit at any time. Much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care, and always keep shining. Pile number 3, you chose the Mermaid card for your reading. This is a playing card, so I will be sure to incorporate the playing card into the reading. But first, I want to start with the Oracle, the Fairy Messages Oracle, to see what the next 90 days have in store for you. Pile number 3, viewers, the next 90 days. See if we can get 2 cards. The next 90 days. 1 and 2. Let's see. Okay, walk away. Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. Assertiveness. Wow, boy, don't those go together. Stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. So the next 90 days, you could be walking away from something, a situation or circumstance that really isn't working out for you. And this is about being assertive enough to put your foot down, set a healthy boundary for yourself, and decide that this situation is unhealthy, or maybe it's not working out for you. It's not giving you what you need. And as a result of letting something go in the next 90 days, you end up opening up new doors in the process. So it's kind of like the shedding of something ends up breaking you free in order now to receive something new. And there's a transformation, I feel, because she does have butterfly wings on her back, right? So I feel like a transformation ensues as a result of making this choice. It's saying to be assertive, right? To stand up for your beliefs. You know, you don't have to accept something that doesn't align with you or sit well with you if you don't want to. It's totally your call to say, I don't want to accept that, right? At a certain point or stage in the journey, we all know, or we begin to know or learn what it is that we will and will not tolerate. And we are within our right to accept or reject something, right? And we know what we're going to put up with and what we won't put up with. So this is saying in the next 90 days, you might decide that there's something in your journey, in your life, that you no longer will tolerate. And it'll be a matter of deciding, okay, I don't want to accept this anymore because it doesn't align with me. And I'm going to put my foot down, be assertive, and walk away from the situation. The thing is, Spirit wants you to know that as you stand up for yourself, as you become assertive, as you set healthy boundaries for yourself, and are determined to put something behind you, you end up welcoming in and allowing fresh energy, new doors of opportunity to open up to you, which is a very, very positive thing. Because sometimes in order to allow the new to enter, we got to let something go. And it could be that something we're holding on to that actually prevents the new, fresh energy that we seek so much. It can prevent it from coming in if we're being stubborn and we're clinging to those things that really need to leave our life. So it's basically as one thing falls off, right, another thing has room to enter. So let's see what the next 90 days are going to look like for you, pile number 3 viewers. Let's see, next 90 days. Now, it could be, right, the next 90 days. Wow, okay, so we have the King of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. I love that. Wow, the Eight of Wands. Look at all these cards of movement right here, right? The Knight of Pentacles and Eight of Wands. The Ace of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. So, yeah. All these cards of movement. And look, an Ace of Wands indicating fresh energy. Right? New energy. King of Cups is going to stand up for what it needs. You know, we all have emotional needs too. And the King of Cups knows what he needs in that sense. He also is an energy that's very in touch with his needs and his intuition. The swans in the card indicate magic and change. So again, more energy of transformation taking place as a result of leaving something behind in the next 90 days. Knight of Pentacles is forward movement. And it's about taking steps in the direction, making progress forward. And for one, this is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy, and you also have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio over here with the King of Cups. But this is about, like, to me, making a choice that's going to align with your heart with the King of Cups and your emotional needs. Taking physical steps in the direction of that. It's a little bit of a slower progress with the Knight of Pentacles, but it's progress nonetheless, and it's progress that ends up being more stable and tangible. So this is about you making physical moves, right? After you've sat with yourself with the King of Cups energy in the next 90 days, really got in touch with your heart, your needs, your intuition, and what you want. Making the choice at the Knight of Pentacles maybe has to do with career, because we do have the Eight of Pentacles and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So some of you might have been making career moves or changes, or making moves when it comes to your physical environment or circumstances as well. But this is saying listening to your heart, making the intuitive choice after listening to your intuitive nudge with the King of Cups, moving in that direction, taking tangible physical steps forward in the direction of it with the Knight of Pentacles. I'm sorry. I hope I said that right. King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. So again, listening to your intuition and your heart with the King of Cups, moving forward in tangible moves and in tangible ways with the Knight of Pentacles, taking that action. Eight of Wands is about moving forward with it. Really moving forward with it. You're stepping into it with the Knight of Pentacles over here, right? Taking physical action. Showing the universe, basically, that this is what you want, and you go in the direction of it. And then you're on the go with the Eight of Wands, and you're on the move. Things are happening, and they're happening quickly as a result of taking that physical action. So things are going to start happening fast in the next 90 days after you decide, right? You have engaged your heart, your spirit, your intuitive knowing, and then you take the action and you go. You stand in your power, you be assertive, and as a result of traveling in the direction, right? Because look where it's going. It's going this way. Look at the Knight of Pentacles. He's facing the Eight of Wands, and he's facing this new beginning. So this is telling me that you're moving in this direction very quickly in a positive way as a result of taking the action, the inspired action. Ace of Wands is inspiration, motivation. It's the divine spark within getting lit and the initiation of something. It's the fire that gets lit up inside you. It's a passion to pursue something. It's also your will, your drive, your determination. And this is saying basically that These fresh ideas, these new inspirations, these are opening up to you now as a result of making this shift or change away from something that wasn't working. These new doors start to open up to you. Spirit starts to be able to get, the feeling is be able to get through to you. The feeling is you don't have that heart or mind cluttered anymore. You're free to go, free to do, free to be, as a result of walking away from something that maybe was holding up your energy, whether figuratively or literally. The Eight of Wands can talk about actual travel. You might be traveling somewhere literally, maybe figuratively, but you're on the go. You're going places. You're making moves. And doors of opportunity are opening up to you as a result of walking away from something that was holding you up. You could literally be relocating, traveling, going somewhere else, moving somewhere else, maybe taking up a new job in a different place altogether. Eight of Wands also talks about communication and networking, maybe meeting new people, making those connections to help you make this change or shift in the direction that you're inspired to take with the Ace of Wands. But no matter what it is that you're doing or are walking away from, the walking away from this in the next 90 days is actually going to put you on a positive path. It's going to open doors to you. And it's going to help you build yourself up here with the Eight of Pentacles. Bees are obviously an energy of working. So they can talk about your career, you know, your goals, your aspirations, and working hard towards them, putting the energy and the focus into them, honing a skill, a talent in some way and perfecting that. Some of you could be walking away from something that's not making you happy in order to pursue a goal or an aspiration that will. But whatever the case may be, the Eight of Pentacles is the promise, okay, of your hard work paying off. And the bee represents success. It falls also in line with the sun's energy. It ties into the sun god Ra, and they say that honey is the tears of Ra. So the bees represent the sun. They represent success. They represent positive energy. So you have it here in the card, and then you have that beautiful Ace of Wands. So this is saying that any change that you make to walk away or stand up for yourself was the right thing for you, to move you in the direction that you needed to be in, to get you to this place of fresh energy with the Ace of Wands and open up doors of opportunity as a result, to move you in the right direction where you need to be, where you've always wanted to be, where you've maybe been inspired to be. But this is about those things happening for you now. And they wouldn't have had a chance to happen in the next 90 days had you not made the move that you were intuitively led to make. Or had you not stood up for yourself and been assertive and said, okay, F all this, I'm going to do what I want to do what I need to do, and make the moves that are right for me. You could be, like I said, walking away from people, places, and things and situations that are just unhealthy, that just aren't helping your vibe. And as a result of walking away from that, the world opens up to you. The universe responds and sets things into motion very quickly, but also with the Knight of Pentacles, super stable, in a stable way as well. So even though things are happening fast and these things seem to like come out, these opportunities maybe seem to come out of nowhere, the positive thing is that, yeah, it's maybe taking you on a whirlwind, but it's happening in a very stable, tangible way. So the feeling is here, you can rely upon this. It's solid, it's good. And this is happening, this is all happening and working out for the right reasons, okay? So you let me know in the comment section what it is in 90 days you could be walking away from. But just know that the walking away from whatever this is actually going to put you on the path to work on yourself and build yourself up in a way that maybe you couldn't before with the Eight of Pentacles. And consider that the Eight of Pentacles is always trying to work up to the 9 and then the 10. So it's like you're right there on the brink of a major success in a way. With the Eight of Pentacles, again, some of you could be business owners. You could be self-employed. You could, you know, maybe leave a job, a 9-to-5, to pursue self-employment. Do you know what I mean? Like there's opportunity here to advance and upgrade. And your hard work is going to lead you or put you in the direction of that advancement and upgrade and success. All right, so let's see what this says. No freaking way. Eight Pentacles. Confirmed. Whoa. That's, and these, I mean, these cards fell out. I mean, does it get any more confirming than that? Freaking Eight of Pentacles. So again, I've already explained the Eight of Pentacles, so I'm not going to go over it again. If anything, I'm just seeing that as like double confirmation. Let's see if we can get some making magic here for you, pile number 3 viewers. This is wonderful. Again, you're moving in the direction of your success. Expect fresh ideas, inspiration, new aha moments, right? You're going to have some, I feel like this is giving me vibes of like your light bulb moments going off in your head over here with the Ace of Wands. It feels like, okay, consider, you ever see like one of those days where it's so freaking cloudy, right? And then just boom, out of nowhere, the clouds part and it's like bright blue skies. Like that's what this feels like after walking away from something that was not working for you or working out for you. Like the sun is shining, clouds have parted, everything makes sense and is clear as day. And we do have the sun energy here in the card as well. Okay. And we have, again, the bee, which is a symbol of the sun. So I see this just I just see this as all confirming that letting something go in the next 90 days is probably going to be looks like it's going to be the right move for you, but it's going to take your assertiveness and your steadfast assuredness and belief in yourself, right? Because in order to make a serious move like that, you got to truly believe in yourself and know that you're worth it. Let's see, I just want 2 cards. Tree of life, true wisdom, and making good choices in life. Do you see that? You would have made the right choice. Walking away from this was you making the right choice in the next 90 days. So what do we have here? Abracadabra with wings. Fantastic good fortune and lucky chances, lucky breaks, lucky breakthroughs. All right, definitely I can see a breakthrough with the Ace of Wands. So you end up giving yourself or initiating a breakthrough for yourself. So this shift, this good choice that you make to walk away from something in the next 90 days is going to put you on a positive trajectory in the direction of your good fortune, your lucky break, and open you up to a world of opportunity. Okay, so for your reading, to finish this off for you, I'm going to roll the dice for angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice every once in a while in my readings. These numbers may confirm some things I've already said and or provide you with additional messages that perhaps you need personally on your journey. If I gave you a shortcut to the numbers, which I don't, again, I might rob you of the experience of finding more synchronicity, serendipity, and confirmation on the journey. That's why I don't recommend a source. Find a source that you trust. For one, I don't want to recommend a source also because I don't want to rob you of the experience of finding more magic. 2, I don't want to imply that one source is better over another because, again, you have personal discernment. You could figure that out for yourself, right? And 3, if I recommended a source, it could be one you don't like. So that's why I don't do that. So anyway, find a source that you trust, look up the numbers, find some magic along the way. Again, I always tell everybody in the comment section to refrain also from putting the number interpretation in the comment section because, again, you don't want to rob anybody of finding their own magic, okay? So let's see what numbers come up for you, pile number 3 viewers. We have 5, 7. Whoa. Okay, what was that? I will accept that. That's a 4. So 5, 7, 10 is your number. 5, 7, 10. So go ahead and look up that number, see what it brings to you. I'm going to break it down in the screen for you as well, because you could look up 571, leave out the 0. You can also add 5 plus 7 plus 1 and look up that number once fully broken down. So I'll give you options in the screen Go ahead and look up that number, see what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Want to take a step further to support what I do. Please visit me on Etsy. The link to my Etsy store is down below in the description box. Pay me a visit. I have handmade crystal jewelry there, amongst other things that I create on my free time. I'm super creative, so you'll find a variety of things there. So much love to you wherever you are. Be safe, be well, take care, and always keep shining. Pile number 4, viewers, you chose the Jane Austen playing card. So I will go ahead and read this playing card, incorporate it into the reading as I get more cards on the table. We are looking at what the next 90 days are going to be like for you. So let's see the next 90 days, pile number 4, viewers. Let's grab 2 of these first to start. Next 90 days. What do we have? Nice. All right. That's exactly 2 cards. That's what I wanted. So let's see. It says, let go. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. No way. Your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. And these 2 fell out together, which is pretty darn awesome. I mean, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires or your wish. Right? And it says your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. So Spirit is saying release, let go, surrender to the flow. Don't try to force, push, or control anything at this time. Or during the next, it feels like 90 days. Don't try to force or control anything. Surrender, be in flow during the next 90 days. Because the next 90 days are, it feels like, I don't know why, but I'm feeling the 6 of Swords energy. So it's kind of like the transition, okay? The next 90 days is the transitionary period from where you are right now to where you want to be. In alignment with your wish, okay? So whatever your wish is, I'm not even going to begin to guess. I mean, we all have different varieties of what our wish fulfillment looks like. And what it could be, right? But this is feeling like you're getting on the boat figuratively, let's say. Spirit is transitioning you from where you are right now to where you want to be in the next 90 days. Where you want to be is your wish fulfillment, or you want to arrive at it. You want to reach the destination, right? But the next 90 days, it's part of the journey in getting there. So Spirit doesn't want you to force, control, push for anything. Just be in flow, relax, and surrender. As you transition, as you hop on the boat, figuratively, right, in your own mind, body, heart, and spirit, to kind of arrive at your new destination. So you're leaving something behind, you're letting something go, maybe saying goodbye to an old chapter or phase in your journey. And in the letting go of that, or closing out that chapter in your life, you're transitioning into a new one, I feel. And this new chapter, right, the period of transition is the 90 days, right? It feels like that's part of the transitionary period, 90 days to shift from the old into the new. So the feeling is here to please allow it to happen, because you're on the road to your wish fulfillment. It does take time to travel from one place to another, right? Whether figuratively or literally. And this is telling me that the next 90 days from the time that you watch this video is the beginning of the beginning, right? It's feeling like your journey's just getting started. You're making the trip. You're taking the journey. You're making the moves. You're letting an old version of you go. You're shedding those facets of self. You're removing that yoke of the past. You've closed out that learning phase and cycle of your chapter or journey. That is no more. That is what you're shedding. That is what you're letting go. And as you transition from old to new, it can be very uncomfortable. I always use the analogy of like trying to fit into a new outfit, right? You have to break it in. The next 90 days is going to help you break in right, into the new chapter of you that is in alignment with your wish fulfillment. What you've asked for, Spirit took your order. It knows what you want. It knows what you set your intention for. It knows all the ins and outs of the manifestation, perhaps, or the goal that you have in mind for yourself. It knows everything, sees it all. So what you've asked for, right? Spirit is saying, well, I understand what you want. I also know what you need, right? I know what you've asked for. It is coming about, but I need the period of time to help get you there. If you could, the feeling is if you could just be patient with me, and as I maneuver the pieces on the puzzle for you, on the map, right? As if I maneuver the map and all the pieces of the puzzle that need to fit in to work this out for you, you know, have patience and surrender as I make these moves and maneuver these things on your behalf to help get you there. And I know that's not always easy to hear when you feel like you're in this liminal, weird, in-between space from the old to the new, and you're like, what the frick is happening with my life? What is happening to me? I don't understand what I'm doing or where I'm going or what I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I think we've all felt up in the air. And this is saying that you could, in the next 90 days, feel like you're up in the air. But Spirit is trying to confirm to you that that actual feeling of being up in the air is Spirit kind of like directing you, guiding you, moving you in the direction of your wish. It's kind of like you being the backseat driver, and there's a limo driver in the front, right, which has the tinted windows from their portion of the car to yours. It's like that divider, completely tinted out, and you have no idea who's driving you. You don't even know who your driver is, let alone you can't even see outside because the windows are that black. They're tinted, and normally with tinted windows, you can look from the inside out. But in this case, it's the opposite. It's so tinted, you have no idea where the car is taking you and who the heck is driving you and where they're going, right? That's what this feels like. And it may feel like that, but the reason why it feels like that is because you're in that in-between and you're being maneuvered properly on the map that is your life in the direction of where you're meant to be, what you're meant to do, what you're meant to accomplish, what your wish fulfillment is. And it's super uncomfortable. So Spirit is saying, yes, I understand right now maybe you can't see where you're going. You don't have a full-on clue, right? Things feel really up in the air, but if you could surrender as I move all these pieces on the chessboard around for you, trust me, you will arrive where you're meant to be at the time that you're meant to arrive there, no sooner, no later. So please surrender the need to control, right? Because your relaxed energy is going to rapidly attract your wish fulfillment, your desire, and what it is that you've already asked me for. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab some tarot. This is the Radiant Tarot. I just want 3 cards for the next 90 days. Major change and transition is what I'm feeling. I'm moving away from something into something new. Something else, you know, something old into something new. I was feeling the Six of Swords energy in a sense where I could, you know, see you hopping on the boat and going somewhere, doing something or moving in the direction of something else. But in order to move in the direction of something else and move in the direction of what's in alignment and healing for you, you got to let go of something. You got to leave something as well. So it's not just a let go of control, but it's feeling also like a letting go of old, right? To make space for the wish fulfillment in the next 90 days. So something's got to be released or whatnot. It could be a mindset that needs released. It could be the need to control that needs to be released. Again, an old facet of self, a paradigm or a pattern in the next 90 days you could be releasing. But what it's doing is just making space for you to receive. So let's see if we can get 3 cards. Got 1, 2, and 3. All All right, so we have the Seven of Wands there. We have the Devil card. That's that energy of needing to control. And we have the Five of Swords. So yeah, I mean, with the Five of Swords, you definitely could be walking away from something that's not working. And funny enough, I was feeling the Six of Swords energy, but we have to experience the Five of Swords before we could arrive at the Six. You see what I'm saying? So this is definitely, to me, confirming the working up to that Six of Swords energy, where you're moved in the direction of your wish fulfilled. But it's that weird in-between space. So Spirit over here saying with the Devil card, it could be Capricorn, you might have that somewhere in your chart, but the Devil card can talk about restrictions, limitations, our need to control. It could be hyper-focused energy. And it is a lack of surrender oftentimes, especially when it comes to, you know, our everyday life. We want to, you know, sometimes we could overwork ourselves. Sometimes we're all about doing. We try to overcompensate and just, you know, because we don't see something working out in our life, we try to take control. Okay, well, that's not working, so let me do this. And as a tendency, we have a tendency as human beings to try to compensate for the thing that's not working by doing more or trying to control the situation and do something different instead of just allowing things to kind of be what they will be and relaxing, which would be releasing resistance of the Devil card, not fighting the current with the Seven of Wands, and just kind of like floating on your back. You see, this to me is like swimming upstream, going against the grain, going against the current, trying to control, trying to fight for everything. It doesn't have to be a struggle. You can surrender, you can let go, you can release, and you could just be at ease and take it one day at a time and trust that Spirit is going to guide you where you need to be anyway. So the next 90 days, the guidance here is to surrender, release control. Don't create resistance where there doesn't need to be. Sometimes, like I said, we have a tendency as human beings to want to compensate for what we sense or feel is lacking by doing more. And this is saying, no, you don't need to. You don't need to do more. You're already done enough. Five of Swords, yeah. Five of Swords is definitely energy where we're maybe fighting with things, people, places, and situations. Maybe there's something that doesn't align properly. It's more energy of resistance. These cards are all speaking of resistance. Spirit wants you to know that you are, in the next 90 days, moving in the direction of your wish fulfillment, but you got to let go a little bit. You got to surrender. Because what you're doing is creating more resistance, more delay, more restriction. Creating a fight or an angst within yourself or challenge with the Seven of Wands where there doesn't need to be. You're in a period of transition and growth because it's a number 7, which is a very spiritual number. Funny enough, the Devil card breaks down to a 6, right? Which is a number of alignment. But in this case, it's kind of like flipped on its side, right? The alignment is lacking or needed in this case. But these shifts and changes that you're moving into are going to put you in a position of alignment. It's going to help you release the struggles, the strife with the Five of Swords, those feelings of defeat, and put you in a position where you're not going to have that anymore. You're not going to feel tied down with the Devil card energy. You will be free. Sometimes we got to work on freeing our mindset first, so that way everything else can follow. I kind of do want to grab another one. Let's see. King of Swords. Yeah, there goes the mindset energy. For sure. And I want to see what's underneath the deck. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with the King of Swords. Wow. Look at that. Underneath the deck, you have the Chariot. Yes. And that's another number 7. So again, underneath the surface, that's what I read. How I read that card is basically underlying energies, things you could be aware of, maybe not aware of. Either way, it's an underlying influence and energy taking place here. Chariot talks about movement. It talks about success and focus and forward focus. This is an energy that has goals and goes after what it wants and is focused on the prize, right? It keeps its eye on the prize. And this is telling me that even as you feel struggle, and strife, and like you can't catch a break. And with, you know, especially with, I'm sorry, with the Five of Swords, it's that feeling of can't catch a break and feeling like the world is against you sometimes. And it's also the feeling of like being thrown under the bus, right? And it's a no-win type of situation. Like no matter what you do, you can't catch a break, you can't win. It's a no-win situation. And with the Five of Swords, yes, we can feel like that defeatist energy. Sometimes we do have to cut our losses and walk away from the things that aren't working for us in order to put us into alignment. 5 is a number of change and challenge. 7 is also a number of challenge in regards to personal growth. You have 2 7s here. So when I think of personal growth, sometimes we have to get faceted from the rough, right, before we can shine. And this is feeling like the next 90 days might feel like you're being faceted from the rough in order so you can move in the direction of your success, in the direction of your wish fulfillment. So the feeling is here, hang tight, release, surrender, let go, stop forcing things, don't push things, just be like, whatever, it is what it is. And just let it be what it will be, because guess what? Spirit is still, despite all your challenge, despite all your frustrations, despite feeling like the world is against you, 7 of Wands, 5 of Swords, feeling so limited and restricted like you can't make gains or progress. Underneath the surface, the Chariot is saying you're moving forward. You just don't feel it yet. You don't see it yet, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Keep your wits about you with the King of Swords in the next 90 days. Discernment, right? Communication with the King of Swords. Truth. Stick to your guns. Stick to your truth. The King of Swords is also very discerning. He can see things. He has a keen sense of understanding and awareness. So I also feel like because the King of Swords is standing here tall, he's gained some major perspective in the next 90 days to help kind of ease you or relax you into this journey. Because the next 90 days, to me, is the shift. It's the movement. Putting you on the path to your alignment. Getting you out of this energy. And shifting you in the direction of your wish fulfillment. And the next 90 days are going to be that road trip kind of, right? To help set things up and align you with your wish fulfillment. And that road trip might feel bumpy. But again, you don't want to be the backseat driver in this situation, right? That's what this is saying. You don't want to be the backseat driver. So I'm curious. Let's see what this card is. Jane Austen. Oh, okay. 6 of Wands. Okay, so that's actually the 6. Not a 6 of Swords, but it's definitely a 6, right? And it's a positive 6. So again, achievement, and you have the success of, well, both of these cards are of success. So 6 of Wands and the Chariot are successful energy. It says, I cannot fix on the hour or the spot or the look or the words which laid the foundation. I was in the middle before, oh shit, I was in the middle before I knew that I had begun. Pride and Prejudice. Holy shit. Consider that for a minute. Again, you're in the in-between. But you've already done the work. Like I said, there's nothing more to do. You don't have to do more. You don't have to hyper or overcompensate for what you feel is not happening on the outside of you yet. Or what you can't see yet, you see? Because it says, I cannot fix on the hour or the spot or the look or the words which laid the foundation. Now, I know she's talking about her love interest in this quote. But consider it for a moment in regards to your goals. You laid the foundation. You don't realize that you already did, though. That's why she says, I cannot fix on the hour, the spot, or the look, or the words which laid the foundation. She can't pinpoint the exact moment of when the foundation was laid for this thing to develop. right? Or the love to develop, or the goal to develop in this case. But she says, I was in the middle before I knew that I had begun. In other words, I was already in the thick of it. I was already in the middle of it before I had even begun, right? So the feeling here also with that is, again, when I was feeling the Six of Swords energy, it was telling me that you were moving from one place to another, from one stage of being to another. You were taking the journey from where you are now to where you want to be. And that is the middle. That is the liminal space I was feeling and talking about. That was the transitionary feeling. It says, I was in the middle before I knew I had even begun the journey, right? So it's like, that's that middle, that weird in-between up in the air space. That middle she's talking about. Before she had even realized she was on the journey, or that the journey had already begun, she was already in the middle of it. That's the thing. I don't think some of you realize as you're watching this, maybe that your journey to this wish fulfillment or your goal achieved with the Chariot, underneath the surface, you may not even realize you're actually headed there. You're on the path there as we speak. That's the underlying influence. You're in the middle of it. You're already on the road, taking the journey there. You don't even realize you've already begun the journey. The next 90 days are helping get you there. You have a goal in mind. There have been restrictions or limitations that you've had to fight through, whether they be figurative or literal. But you're actually taking the journey. Six of Wands is saying here that you will have your triumph over adversity. We see the adversity here. Devil, Seven of Wands, and Five of Swords. But if you're continuing, despite adversity, to continue to move in the direction of your truth, King of Swords, right? Because he holds the sword of truth. You are or will already in the path to achieving it. That's the thing. You don't see it yet. Chariot is guaranteeing us that. Six of Wands is saying so. You're halfway there is the feeling that you don't even realize it. You already laid the foundation. Maybe you don't even realize you did. Six of Wands is saying, you know, this is, yeah, there's a lot of adversity, sure, that you've experienced on the road to your goals or success or your wish fulfillment or manifestation. Sure, you've experienced all of these things, and there are times with the Five of Swords that you want to give up because you feel defeated and you feel like you can't catch a damn break. And I empathize with that. I think we've all been there, you know, feeling like, you know, should I just freaking throw in the towel? What the hell is all this for, right? Why am I here? Seriously. We all wonder that about, I think even in general about life. Like, why the hell am I here? Like, did I really choose this? Like, for real, did I? I think we've all had those thoughts about like different things in our life, right? And the King of Swords is telling me that even though you feel this energy right now, and it you know, or it could be that you're struggling with it, struggling to acclimate, maybe, right? During the transitionary in between middle period liminal space up in the air energy, King of Swords gains perspective and awareness. So there's some kind of insight that he's delivering. It could also be a communication that comes through. There's some kind of insight, understanding, truth, clarity that gets delivered so he can rise above, stand tall as he is in the card, and understand, gain perspective, and have clarity. Okay. He also holds the sword. So sometimes that sword can cut through things and cut things off and free you of things that aren't working. And it could be that in the next 90 days, you free yourself of some energy with the Devil card that's not working. With the Seven of Wands, you might decide to, you know, even stand up for yourself, put your foot down in some way, and decide to kind of cut your losses or walk away from something with the Five of Swords to better yourself, right? To move into a vibration of alignment, because the Five of Swords definitely is not that. And it's like eventually you got to get to a point where enough is enough with the Five of Swords and decide to take that action to walk away from something. And it could be that the King of Swords decides that for one. And what it does is when that gets decided and when it comes to that level of understanding and awareness, it just gets the ball rolling, you see, in the direction of this journey that you'll be taking in the next 90 days to help you arrive at your goals, your success, your manifestation, whatever it is that you have, you set your eye on. Because the Chariot energy underneath the surface is an energy of actually putting the past behind it. It is an energy of letting go sometimes. You have to harness your energy, all the disparate energy with the Devil card, let's say. You got to harness those two horses in the Chariot card. And you got to pull them together to go in a single direction. And that takes focus, that takes drive, determination. And when you do get on that Chariot and you take the journey forward, you don't look back, because you leave everything in the dust with that card. And this is saying you're leaving that in the dust and you are moving forward. You are making gains successfully in the right direction. You will have your triumph over previous adversity with the Six of Wands. Consider that the Six of Wands is a soldier having returned from war, having survived the battle, triumphant, and getting the recognition that he deserves. Long overdue, by the way. So some of you have been working hard towards something and just haven't been seeing the gains or the recognition that you would like to see towards all your endeavors. And you've been wondering, should I just quit while I'm ahead? Or quit now? Like, is this ever going to amount to anything type of thing? But this is saying stop trying to force, push, control. You got to surrender during these next 90 days. Because this next 90 days is actually the vehicle or the boat, right? That's going to put you on the path to your goal fulfilled. And it's happening right now underneath the surface because you already laid the foundation. It's just that you right now, in the midst of your fog, can't see the forest through the trees per se. And you can't necessarily see how you've already laid the groundwork. And you're in that in-between. You're in the middle. I was in the middle before I even knew I begun, you see? So you're in the middle. And that's sometimes the most awkward, uncomfortable place to be when you're taking any journey, whether figurative or literal. Okay, so let's see if we can get a couple cards. And then I'm going to roll the dice for angel numbers. Also, because there's 2 sevens on the table, I mean, it's a number of spiritual purpose as well. So some of you have been trying to achieve goals when it comes to your spiritual path and purpose. And maybe that journey hasn't always been easy for you. And maybe you just want to get there already, you see. The next 90 days are going to help you arrive at it, at your purpose, at what you need to do, what you need to know. Again, knowledge, awareness, understanding with the King of Swords. So answers are coming to assist you in the direction of that, in the direction of your wish fulfilled, in the direction of your goals, your manifestation, and whatever aspiration it is that you've been striving toward. So let's see. Oh, okay, so there's 3. That's fine. Let's see. Whoa, okay, so Labyrinth, transition. Look at that. Transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibe, enlightenment. Again, awareness, higher understanding and perspective, right? Falls in line with the King of Swords. Let's see. No freaking way. Oh, I love it. My readings have so much synchronicity. It's crazy, man. It never stops blowing my mind either. Wishes come true. How much more confirmation do you need? Look at that. Rapid confirmation. Okay. All right. Freudian slip there. But anyway, rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. Your wish is granted. What you wish for is coming true. So you see that? Confirmation, rapid confirmation. And then it says rapid achievement. Well, Six of Wands is achievement. So there you go. That falls in line very well. Let's see what else we got here. Felix Felicitas, power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. Do you see that? So please don't give up while you're ahead. Please don't throw in the towel quite yet. Yeah, you're being moved in the right direction towards a wish fulfilled. You have 2 wish cards here. You have a card of transition, because I was feeling that. 6 of Swords that I was feeling is a card of transition. Chariot also is a card of travel. Absolutely. And then again, Felix Felicitas, power symbol to achieve or create lucky serendipitous events. So remember when I said confirmation, I slipped the word confirmation, right? That was spirit, actually. But anyhow, rapid confirmation. Well, look at that. Lucky serendipitous events, right? Power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. So again, rapid confirmation, rapid serendipitous events. Serendipitous events oftentimes confirm things to you through signs and synchronicity. So again, that's the rapid confirmation I was feeling, or that I said. So again, sign, synchronicity, serendipity to confirm things to you rapidly in lucky serendipitous, or via lucky serendipitous events perhaps, to allow your wishes to come true. You see? So these things are materializing and manifesting. It's just that you're in that weird space where you can't quite see it yet. And that freaking sucks. And I know. I'm sorry. I know. I know what that feels like really bad. I've been there more than once. And it never gets easier. I swear it never gets easier. Human nature though, right? Our humanness, our human condition. I swear the human condition is very uncomfortable. Especially when you feel like a foreigner, like you don't belong anywhere, or you just don't, yeah, you don't feel like this is your home. Like maybe you starseeds can relate to that, right? I've always felt like that since I was a little girl. I would look at my parents and say, who are you? Why am I here? Why am I your daughter? Like, I don't understand how you're my mom, you know? So, yeah, I know you guys can relate to that. Those of you who, you know, who connect on a soul level like that with my channel and stuff. But anyway, I just want to encourage you here that you're on the right path. You're on the right trajectory, even though you can't see it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some angel numbers here through the dice before I forget. So if you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. These angel numbers can confirm some things I've already said in this reading. Again, provide more synchronicity and confirmation, and or provide you with messages that maybe you need personally for your journey. I don't recommend a source. For one, it could be one you don't like. And two, I don't want to imply that one source is better over another, because you have personal discernment, right? And I trust that you will discern what the best source is for you. And the other reason is that if I were to give you a shortcut, I might rob you of the experience of finding your own synchronicity, serendipity, and magic, and I don't want to rob you of that experience. So yeah, did I say that right? I don't remember. Anyhow, one, I want you to take the journey to find your own magic. You can come across other signs and synchronicities, right? If I gave you a shortcut, I might rob you of that experience. Two, I don't want to imply that one source is better over another. And three, I don't want to recommend a source because it could be one you don't like. So anyway, also please refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for this same reason. Again, we don't want to rob anybody of finding their own magic. Okay, so let's see what numbers come up for you. 7. Look, more 7s. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 7 of Wands, Chariot. Wait, that is a 9. 7, 9, 10. Okay, so 7, 9, 1 you can look up. You can add 7 plus 9 plus 1, break it down to a single digit. You don't break down master numbers. But I will go ahead. Wait, 7, 9. Wait, that's not 10. That's 9. 7, 9, 9? Yeah, 799. I'm not sure even why I read it like a 5. That's weird. Like 2 5s. Anyway, 799 is your angel number. Go ahead and look up that number. See what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Every interaction helps this channel grow, reach more people, finds who it needs to. Also helps the YouTube algorithm to help my channel out so it can grow. And if you ever want to take it a step further to support what I do here on YouTube, maybe consider checking out my Etsy shop. So the link to my Etsy store is down below in the description box. Pay me a visit at any time. I have really cool things there that I make by hand, including handmade crystal jewelry, crochet crystal pouches, and whatnot. So check me out whenever you get a chance. Much love to you wherever you are. Pile number 4 viewers, take care and always keep shining.